Anyway, so they get into Walmart and they start loading us with stuff like, okay, you need this, let's get you this. And I was just struck. It was like, you don't know me. You have no reason to trust me. There's no reason why you should even believe that I'm going where I'm going, doing what I'm doing, saying what I'm saying. Like, I'm a freaking stranger to you. And we left that Walmart with like a bag of apples and a huge box of granola bars and like all of these different things. And part of me was like nervous about packing it right, but the other part of me was like struck by this first witness of human kindness. It was just unreal, right? Just, you know, you don't expect that stuff to be real, but it is. So we're there. I am now taking my acrylics. Here, I'll do this in front of you guys. Why not? I can be that vulnerable, right? That's, you know, art and life right there. It's the vulnerability. So I maybe shouldn't be starting there. I was going to start with the eyes. Intuition. Tell me where to start. Let's start with the wolf, which will be mostly white with a little gray. And the reason why, you guys won't see this till the end, but this board is actually in part related to our walk. I'll show you the whole board later, but my fiancé had the cute courage to wear a wolf hat across the country while I wore a Little Red Riding Hood cloak. We were walking for suicide awareness and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. And for us, we were trying to, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter with that gray. We knew that it'd be gimmicky. It'd give people a reason to be like, what are these crazies doing, right? But it would also, you know, make people stop and talk and ask us questions. And it was a really, really powerful thing. So I'm gonna tell you, some things may seem gimmicky when you're working towards your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. But some of those gimmicky things are good because there's beautiful people that want to connect with you. There's beautiful people that want to know you. They want to be a part of what you're doing. And sometimes you doing something kind of silly and out of your element is going to be that powerful thing that allows them to know that you're doing something. Okay, so let's start. This guy right here is called a shader according to my, there it is. According to my little thingy over here. I don't know what it's called. We're just gonna give it a go. Where do I want the color for this wolf? Well, I guess it's just gonna go right there. We're just gonna paint from the heart right now. Which is the best thing, you know, that we did on the walk was not do what we felt we like needed to, but do what felt like the right move to the inside of us, you know, our hearts, our souls, our spirits, you know, whatever language you speak there. Trusting that inner guide is super powerful. I feel like I'm stumbling over my story. That's a really interesting thing. I've really struggled with sharing my story with people. Not because I don't want people to know, but because it's scary for me to share that passion. It was such a long journey starting something that you think is going to take 5 months that takes you 15, starting with you and your fiancé, ending with a 3-month-old baby boy, and being like, damn, I was coming out here for transformation, for introspection, and here I am. My whole freaking life has turned upside down. We gave everything away to be out there. Like, we took a car to the bank and dropped it off because we knew. I don't know how to explain. And this one, I think, has been a hard thing for some of our loved ones that are closer to us, that we just knew. We knew we needed to go out there. We knew we needed to be out there. And I thought that it would be related to suicide prevention, since I struggled with suicide. But it was about really seeing the beauty of humanity. There was just, people would hear our story and come and find us just to tell us theirs. There were people that would leave things on the side of the road for us so that we had that support. There were people, like lots of people. This might shock a lot of you. There were a lot of people that took us into their homes with their families, with their kids, trusted us to be there because they believed so much in who we were and what we were doing. Some of them more than us, like we had the most incredible people that would just be like, no, you guys are amazing. You're doing amazing things. And we're sitting here going, I'm this crazy, like this was our perspective, right? I'm this crazy person walking down the side of the road. I've got like a good cause that I'm walking for, but I'm just nuts. I'm this like crazy person that's just literally walking down the side of the road. Like, that's who I am. That's what I'm doing. In costumes, mind you, on top of all of this. And it was so cool for people to be like, no, you guys are shakers. You're trying to shake up the world. You're trying to make sure people know that there's so much good out there. There's so much good going on. Like, don't stop that. And you're just like, crap, like, what am I doing? And then you start to create these expectations for yourself of how you're going to live up to people. And that's been a big part of our journey since the walk ended, is just reminding ourselves that it was so powerful for us to be out there with people, or out there like connecting with people and doing things. But ultimately, we're still just people. We're still just figuring it out. And we're not gonna always be on fleek, not always gonna be on the ball. Oh, I totally went over my line. I wonder, these are the mistakes that I was talking about. But I might be able to, nope, that is totally donezo. But maybe, I wanna check this out. How does this work? Beautiful. Oh man. Okay, I don't need to worry about painting too. This is the other cool thing. You'll find out that you think it needs to be perfect. Like, you guys are watching me right now and I'm like, damn it, I gotta stay in these lines. What was I thinking? Trying to paint this whole thing. No less on camera. Like, what the heck? And here I am thinking I have to be flawless once again. Just a freaking reminder from the universe. It's not about being flawless. It's about rising to the occasion and looking for ways to make it be the right thing. Ah, man. That universe juice, though. I tell you what. I think it probably helped me to sort of stay in the lines. But, I gotta know that it's okay for me to not. It's okay for me to step outside the lines. It's okay for me to figure it out. So, obviously you guys know that we made it to Georgia. This family that night, they ended up inviting us to stay with them. which was moving and freaking telling all on its own. You know, that was my first experience with people being like, so basically I think you're freaking awesome, so do you want to come stay at my house? And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, I can come stay, I can come, like, I'd never been in a position where I had to wonder where I was gonna shower or when or how to do laundry or how I was even gonna figure out food or going to the bathroom, guys. And it was like, what? It was amazing to have people that had no reason. I guess I still see it as no reason. People that had no reason to have me in their homes, in their lives, in their hearts, inviting me into their homes, their lives, and their hearts. And I was just freaking moved. Like, yeah. I hope that one day I can tell enough of their stories to make their beautiful witness to me just known, you know, so that people just know there's so much good out there. So we stayed with them, and they got even more of our story, and we got really close, and we got really, you know, vulnerable. We stayed with them, you know, that night, and I think I'm gonna touch up the lines as I go. I don't know, sharing my thoughts about what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna touch up my lines as I go, mostly for the sake of not losing them. And then maybe I'll have less to touch up at the end. Anyway, so this one's kind of like here. So we stay with them. We discover Mexican corn. Oh my gosh, if you've never had it, look it up and try it, because it's so good. And, you know, we hung out with them. We hung out with their friends. We watched movies. We laughed. We smiled. We told stories. We got to know these beautiful people. And they're super freaking sweet, smart kids that were teaching us Spanish in the car as we drove. I'm still embarrassed at how bad my Spanish is. But, you know, we got to spend that time with them and be in their home, be in their hearts. It's funny to watch me watch me. I mean, you guys aren't watching me, you're watching me do this, but it's funny for me to watch myself stumble over these stories. But they're my stories. They're my truth. They're what I've got, you know? So I'm gonna keep rolling with it. So we stay the night. They proposed the idea either that night or the next morning. I can't remember which. We gave them 100 from our 145. And they paid the difference for us to get bus tickets from where we were with them. And I think we were in Des Moines with them. I think it was funny. I think we drove all the way with them one direction and then like drove back to get to their house. So we totally ended up going backwards, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. The companionship, the friendship, the encouragement, that was a huge thing. The encouragement we got from people on the walk really kept us going. It's really hard to slough off all this stuff from the people that you want to be encouraging you. But if you just go with it, go with your gut and keep going, eventually somebody will see your tenacity and they'll go, oh my gosh, you got this. And that's the person you want to listen to. I hope that you'll trust me on that, because there's a lot of naysayers and most of them are just too scared to do their own thing, which is too bad. Like, I've been there. It sucks. So we, that was our way to Georgia. It's in some ways a really simple story, but at the same time, it's so unexpected that somebody would just be like, you're awesome, what you're doing is cool, I want to be a part of your world, and can I bring you into mine? That's not the kind of thing you hear every day. It was not the thing that I expected. It was not the thing I planned on. And yet there it was, showing up in my realm of existence because I was open to receiving. I was so determined to succeed at what we're doing. I wasn't going to let my fear stop me from receiving. That's a really scary thing to do sometimes. I think people are like, I can do it, but I'm going to do it by myself. I think they feel that way because they get so little support sometimes from where they expect it the most. And then they shut down support from, other people, other places. And I think that's where people fall short. They don't realize that the people around them are human. Somebody was explaining it to me, like, it can be really hard for parents to support their kids' dreams because they're so afraid of them failing. They want to see them succeed. They want to see their lives unfold beautifully. And their fear that they feel they couldn't do it or didn't do it prevents them from, saying, you got this, so-and-so, you can handle this, like, go for it. Chase your dream, chase that passion. And I hope that as my son grows, that I'm able to really be there for him and let him know that he can do anything. But now that he's big, I definitely I'm definitely sitting here going, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to do that for him? Am I going to be able to trust him to life his own way? Because it is scary, compassion for myself in that sense. Being a parent, wanting the best for them, that's super scary. To be afraid that they might not have it. So I hope that you find compassion for those people in your life. Not all naysayers are naysayers because of what it looks like. People will look like naysayers, and a lot of them just really genuinely want you to succeed, and they don't know how that way is going to work, so they become afraid of it. So keep that in mind moving forward with your life, maybe with your families, maybe even with your friends. If they say they're going to do something, I encourage you to ask how you can help, or just tell them, you got this. We got enough naysayers in the world, we don't need no more naysayers. I'm realizing this guy is not completely balanced, which I think I like that actually, but maybe he's more balanced than I think. This is tricky, guys. Trusting my heart right now to know how to paint his board. I've only done a little bit of painting in my life, so I don't really know what I'm doing. One of my part-time gigs right now is working for an art therapist, and she's friggin' bomb. She is amazing. If you've never experienced art therapy, check it out. It is good for the soul. It is good for all ages. It is just helpful to do things that help you process emotion so you can keep moving forward in your life. This is such a different, I'm just going to follow, I want to keep explaining to you guys why I'm doing what I'm doing, but I'm literally going, oh, I'm going to turn that part white. Oh, I'm going to turn that part this color. Granted, all I've done so far is white, but I don't even know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing it. So, I apologize. I wish I had good, stuff to say as an artist about what I'm doing. But maybe the stuff I have to say is like, be yourself, follow your heart, trust like your process, whatever it is. Because maybe it doesn't look like other artists. Maybe it doesn't look like what you think it should look like, but maybe it's perfect. Maybe it's you. Maybe that's all you need. I got too much hurt, too much pain, too much sadness, too much lame. There's my 5 seconds of rap music for you. That's the funny dream that I've got. One day I hope to write music. I have no experience there. I have more experience with art than with music. But I think it's such a beautiful thing for people to do art of all kinds, I guess, because that's just another type of art. It's art for your ears. Definitely trademarking that. Just kidding. Anyway, so we're in Georgia. This amazing family has changed my life. We're, trying to get to my aunt's house from the bus stop. She would come get us. She had to go to work. She came and got us part of the way there, but then had to go to work so she could be on time. Which I was thinking, cool, we're going to get a chance to practice walking some more, since obviously we did not train enough because Iowa was kicking my ass. I got too much paint on my brush, so I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to clean off my brush really quick just so I can have a more clean working tool. There we go. Tool. I don't know the proper way to do this. I'm just dabbing, tapping, whatever you do. Drying, going from there. So far, I really like these brushes. What brand is this? Craft Smart. I got them at Joann's. No, I didn't. I got them at Michael's. Michael's Craft. Alright, what was I saying? Georgia. So we're in Georgia. We're walking down the side of the road with our stuff yet again. Headed towards my aunt's house. Feeling better than we did the other day because we've made it this far. We're figuring things out. And it gets hotter and we're going, oh, shnikes. This is Georgia. This is like what we're about to start walking in. What on earth were we thinking? Like, dang it. Like, whose idea was this? Which, of course, it was mine. So I felt really great at that point. Hold on, I'm going to focus on this piece really quick. So, we get really close to my aunt's house. We're maybe like a few more miles away, which that felt really good. I was like, okay, we're making it. I feel like crap, but we're getting there. It's early enough in the day that we'll be able to chill out before my aunt and uncle get home and just take a nap because, bus rides for the last 2 days have not been kind. I almost would pick walking over buses. Probably not, but I don't know. Some moments I feel that way. So there's this lady across the street. We're walking. We've got okay water. She's really sweet, calling us over, asking if she can fill up our waters. We really didn't need the water, but we figured, hey, it's water. Water's free. It's just going to come out of her hose. This would be a good opportunity for us to practice receiving because we were starting to see, super unaware of how much, but starting to see like we were going to spend more time receiving on this trip than we anticipated. So we go over, we say hi, we share what we're doing, we chat about stuff. That was the other thing. It wasn't always about us surviving. Sometimes it was us going, we got to connect with people so people know what's going on. We were trying to raise money for the foundations, and we did raise some. I think the coolest part was just getting to be a witness of, like, Make-A-Wish I know a lot of people will be like, oh, big charities, there's corruption in all of them, blah, 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 whatever. That may or may not be true. I don't super know. But the thing is that whether there is, whether there's not, we experienced some really epic things, like from anybody that we talked to at Make-A-Wish. So I am an advocate from the people that we talked to all the way to the families that we talked to that were recipients. I couldn't find anybody that had anything bad to say about Make-A-Wish that had actually had a reason and an interaction with them. So that's my 2 cents about them. So, getting to be a witness of that and really know that, because I was always one of those kind of skeptical people, like, yeah, but what good are they doing in the world? They are doing some serious good stuff in the world. And then for our other foundation, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, I wish I could speak more to them. We didn't have as much of an experience with them specifically, but there is so much struggle going on in the world right now with suicide that is, people are like afraid to talk about it, and I totally get it. It's very voodoo, or it has been, and so I understand why. But the thing is it was probably my favorite part of the walk, because we got to see this beautiful heart in people of struggling but trying to overcome, or like loss but still moving forward with heart and courage, and trying to be there for other people that are struggling, or trying to bring awareness to it so that less people would feel alone and more people would feel like they have what they need. And that to me was just beautiful. It was so freaking beautiful. It moved my soul a lot, it was devastating to hear the stories of loss. It was greater and in a greater range of age than I ever could have imagined. But it was also, I think I'm going to play with some of the gray, maybe. Although I kind of maybe I'll paint all of him white and then add the gray. This is hilarious. You guys are probably like, what is this scatterbrain doing? Maybe that's not nice for myself. Maybe I'll go back over with the Sharpie afterwards, after it dries. So we spent some time with her and got to hear her beautiful story and challenge with cancer. This was on our way to my aunt's house from the bus station, and I was just moved by how much she wanted to give. It wasn't like anything she was proving to anybody. It wasn't anything that she was doing for any other reason than just that she wanted to help. She thought what we were doing was so cool. And that was really like moving for me. Partly because I always wanted to feel cool and didn't growing up, but also because I didn't know that I was doing something important until I was doing it. And I think that's something, like, people feel like their dreams maybe aren't that important, or they're not going to make the impact, or somebody else is already doing something like that, or blah, 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 blah. I mean, I don't even know. I could probably come up with so many stories, scenarios, things related to this, but the thing is that I didn't know. I didn't know until I was in the middle of it that what I was doing was important to somebody, and that I needed to be out there, that I needed to be doing it. that there were people that needed me to be there. I thought, I thought I was going out there for introspection, for self-development, for self-healing. I'd had my own traumas in my life, and that was why I was there. I was there to heal my crap and move forward in my life and find better success and whatnot. And not that I didn't. I've definitely found some things since then, but I've also discovered that, when you're doing what you feel like is right for you, you automatically start connecting with people that need your story, that need that good thing you're doing for you is a good thing you're doing for more than you. And you may not know it until you're in it. You may not know it until you're there. So I just went back through, you may have seen it, I added a little bit more white paint, and it's added a little bit of texture that I think you can see on the camera. Hoping to get a little bit of the texture of the wolf's hair in, maybe just through the dimension of the paint. Once this is all painted and dried, I plan on putting some kind of protective coating over it. I think it's called Varathane or something like that. I don't even know. My brush is getting a little heavy again. I'm trying to see. I'm just going to do an experiment really quick. See if I can cover more ground faster. If I do like a lighter brushy coat, I can cover more of this bad boy faster. And just go back over it with the marker. Now that the marker lines are there, they're really easy to see. So this will give me my base filler, and then I can do that texture that I was just doing. That's still, yeah, you can still see that. Cool. Experiment time. Trying to cover my ground a little faster. Make a little progress. That's something you'll do. I mean, once you start doing stuff, you'll discover like, okay, this is cool, this is working. I don't have the patience for this. I've got to have the patience for this. And my lines, I was worried that doing all those lines would stress me out. That wasn't so bad. Filling in all these little things is a little bit more for me. So getting this coat on like this, I think, is a better idea. It's giving the effect that I want, but it's also getting it done, which I'm a big fan of. And that's the thing, is as you jump into things, as you try stuff, it's trial and error. You'll get in and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is cool, this is working. Dang it, this is not. Or like, this is working, but I'd like something different to happen. And you get to edit. On the walk, we did that so much. We started with these great backpacks that were not designed for like the level of hiking we were doing. They were great hiking backpacks. They were gifted to us by friends of ours, which was such a beautiful testament to their belief in us. But man, we were like not. They didn't have the back support we needed for the amount of gear we were carrying. It didn't have the like the capacity that we needed. Since we were doing like a full-on cross country, like it was a 3,000 mile hike. Super cool, totally worth it. But holy crap, we figured out that if we wanted to be successful without killing ourselves, because we were going to walk every step of the way, we needed to manifest gear that would match our expectation of our journey. And that's the other thing I wanted to say was, like, as you do that, the stuff shows up. We had our backpacks given to us. One of them came from our friend in Georgia. Thank heavens it came as early as it did, because it, helped take care of our backs. It was still, like, this journey was, like, friggin' hard, even with quality backpacks. But the thing is that with them, it was so much easier. We met her because unfortunately she lost a friend to suicide, and I wish I could remember how she had connected with our story and why she knew, but she brought us encouragement and supplies. She gave me this bracelet that is since been lost. It got lost while we were on the walk, which I wish that it hadn't. I wish I'd just sent it home. But it said, "She believed she could, so she did." And that concept, that idea, that quote, that feeling has stuck with me because of that person. People quickly figured out that the walk was my idea. And so I feel like whenever it got hard, I really was like, who the hell was I to think I could do this stuff? Like, who am I? Like, I'm nobody. There's no reason I should be able to do this. There's no reason I should be out here. I'm not trained for this. I'm not capable of this. And you gotta trust those beautiful moments where people show up like that and tell you otherwise. When those people magically appear in your existence that just, that tell you believe you can, so you can do it. I don't know that this matters, but my brain thought of it, and at this point, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just painting and chatting, right? So she is now expecting a baby. I'm so stoked. She was in such a different place when we met her, and now this is why I'm telling you guys, I know now. She has an amazing husband who is a really, really cool guy. They were around each other, they weren't like around each other like while she was growing up, but they were in the same area and should have been around each other, honestly. Like, their circles were so close, it was amazing. They didn't find each other till they did. But then it comes down to timing, which, is one of the things I want to share with you guys, like transformation and timing. We've got to watch her life transform because she is an authentic, beautiful person that just, she followed her heart to come out and meet us, even though we were strangers, even though I want to say she was an officer at the time, or a detective or something. And that's not something usually officers or detectives do. Or maybe she just worked at the police station. I can't remember. I'm sorry, beautiful human. I can't remember. P.S. I'm not saying names out of respect to those people. I would love to flaunt how cool they are, but I don't want to have that misunderstood at any point. Also, if I forget somebody's name or say something wrong, I don't want to feel bad about that either. That's the truth. But I've gotten to watch her life transform. A lot of it as a spectator from online because, she lives in Georgia. We're out in Utah. But the times that we've gotten to be with her in person, we've gotten to, witness her, like, through this pain of losing a friend, but also through this amazing transformation of, like, falling in love and coming into herself and really feeling like the woman, this beautiful, amazing, incredible woman that she was. So if you're not there yet, remember that maybe it's around the corner. Maybe the time is not now, but maybe it's coming, and what is working. I know it can be tricky to feel that way and want to arrive at certain places that you're not yet. I am super there right now in my life. But the thing is, it's maybe there's places that have arrived that we haven't given credit to. There's a lot I'd probably change about my life right now, but look at how well this wolf is coming together. You guys can still see like the outline there. I can still see the outline. It means it's gonna be easy enough for me to redraw those lines in a minute. I'm gonna have a fully covered wolf with way less stress. Sometimes we add more stress in our lives than is worth it. This is giving me more freedom to stroke with my brush instead of like sit there and dab like a crazy person. There's so much good going on in your life that you're maybe not noticing. Like I mean, like this COVID stuff going on right now. How many of you still have jobs? If you've got a job, freaking say amen. You know what I mean? Like, hit me up with an amen in the bottom. Like, that is such a huge thing. I was fortunate enough to collect a couple of, at-home jobs right before the COVID stuff hit, which has been really helpful for my family. That's one of the things I would kind of change. It'd be cool for there to be more there, but I have the means to be doing this right now, to be creating this artwork for somebody that I love, about a journey that changed my life, with my best friend. Like, I told Colton over, he's the one name I'll use, him and my son, just because they're mine.